It's big and bold, it's black and white, and it violates city code. We recently brought you a story about a local salon owner who was forced by the city of Sarasota to remove what's called a monument sign in front of his new business. Many of us told you that on Facebook that you did not like that. Tonight, Ray Collins has more on what's causing the uproar.
And then drop your chin.
Derek Donovan's lifelong dream was to open his own hair salon, and last July he achieved that goal.
Yeah, I would say so.
He opened his salon in the trendy Burns Court district and put a sign out front that he thought matched the tone of his place. But the city of Sarasota disagreed. The city said Derek broke the code ordinance with this monument sign on a primary street, which is against the law. He has since taken down the sign, and since we did our story earlier this month, viewers have rallied to Derek's side.
Hundreds of social media posts.
What are people generally saying to you?
The law should be more individualized. Because we did a lot of research with the sign and we kind of knew what we wanted for the neighborhood.
Even the client in Derek's chair has an opinion.
I think that sign that he had added value to the neighborhood and wasn't a distraction. So I think it was a great sign and they should have allowed it.
So what happened? General Manager of Planning and Development Gretchen Schneider sent us a statement saying that monument signs aren't allowed on primary streets and that Derek could have applied to the planning board for a hearing, but he chose not to do so. Derek admits he didn't want to spend the money to appeal the city's own rules.
It would have been thousands of dollars for me to try to get this done. I'm not in that position right now.
But now, back up. What is wrong with a so-called monument sign on a primary road? After all, the PNC Bank has a monument sign just down the street. We were told that was approved before the new rules went into effect. And as for all the tube dude signs on busy roads, well, that might be considered works of art. We took our questions to the city's urban design studio in the Federal Building. Director Karen Murphy doesn't speak for the city, but she agreed to try to interpret the current code.
Why would that be objectionable? It's not in anybody's way.
I can't say that it's necessarily objectionable to, to staff, but they have to apply their rules that are there in their code now.
Why do you think the city would have found a sign in landscaping, not on the sidewalk, not near the road, in the landscaping? Why would that be a bad thing?
I think when the original language was adopted, it wasn't taking into consideration all of the nuances of the right-of-way. Monuments can be seen by pedestrians, but we also don't want people walking into them.
It's in the garden, though. It's not on the sidewalk.
Correct. That's where we are talking about that rule being a little too coarse-grained. The current code by right doesn't allow that.
Murphy has been taking aim at that current code for years now. She held a public input workshop last year at Selby Library. She even used a sign consultant who concluded Sarasota needs better signs.
Our goal is to redo the citywide zoning code so that we can make sure that the processes are a little bit easier to follow and to adhere to, while at the same time allowing the creativity and the eclecticness that make us Sarasota.
And as for Derek's sign?
This kind of got caught in the seam, didn't it?
It did.
It shouldn't be illegal, but it is.
Correct. And it's, not necessarily that it's illegal, it just requires a more expensive and time-consuming review at this point.
So for now, Derek's outlaw sign remains upstairs in his salon gathering dust. Workers are installing window and door stickers, something he might have done anyway. He put this plastic sign up for a while, but felt that didn't match the vibe inside the salon. So for now, there is no freestanding sign outside, and he's reluctant to use one of those A-frame signs that he says the city encourages.
If you look down the street, there's just dozens of them on the sidewalk. I don't think this is the neighborhood for that, or the city for that, actually.
In Sarasota, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
The city was also fining Derek $50 a day for his sign, but after our story aired, they waived that fee. We'll hear from a city official on the matter in just a moment. Plus, we'll have the owner of Derek's salon standing by. When we return, we take it to the trapezoid.